And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Songs of Six in our city. We're up to 500 people here, which just means that as things are getting harder to keep the happiness of our people happy. They have an expectations of 3.0. We're fighting about 3.8. This means to keep growing via immigration, we are going to have to do things to improve fulfillment going forward. One of the first things we're going to try to do is we did do law and order, and apparently our law and order is not enough. Yeah, that's a smaller radius than we were expecting. Let's double the number of guards and see if that helps. And let it run for a little bit. In the meantime, there's a couple other things we can do. We can put out more lighting. We can put out some benches, I believe, as well. Our people do like well-lit areas. I think lighting also helps a little bit with law and order because it, helps the Justice Department to find the people who are doing the inappropriate stuff. And we could set out some benches as well. Partially encouraging them to spend some time near the torches by giving them benches near the torches. Although thinking about it, as I'm looking at the cost to build these, maybe shouldn't be building these right now, because they do cost furniture, which we're a bit short on. Oh, I suppose our people have been getting less happy also because we've been providing less time fishing on average. Lighting. Okay, so that helped a little bit with lighting. Noise is improving. They like that. Torch is improving. They like that. We could probably put some more stages out pretty easily. That's what this is. Gonna want a couple stages, probably one per neighborhood. And that's actually going to be like another 24 employees, so I should probably let another 20 people in. Oh, and more furniture requirements. Okay, so we got the maximum number of people in the stockades. Right now, as far as our people's law and order, current rate, 49% of prisoners are facing the stocks. We technically don't have any prisons, and I should probably get some prisons. Okay, so until punishment has been administered, please keep them in the stocks. That might be the other thing that's affecting my law. Inadequate stocks. Yeah. And then our people would like some judgments and like some imprisonments. Okay, so the thing I probably need to build next as far as law and order is the prison system into the court system. Prison system into the court system. I got the knowledge for one and not the other. We'll go ahead and unlock prisons because we know we're going to want them. Dungeon requires metal and optionally stone. Okay, so I need to get the metal industry going. That's what we're working on anyway. Although we're taking a detour through clay. Oh, they did get all the furniture for that, so they're going to assemble that quickly. How's the coverage looking on the guard posts? Still pretty bad. Okay, that'll be another 16 people. You know what, I'll let another 20 in and we'll set the guardhouses going a little bit more aggressively. We do have one upgrade. Notably requires cut stone. So I'd have to start cutting the stone. Which might not actually be a total mistake. What do I need for bricked road? Just regular stone. Okay. So I could probably brick over the road relatively soon. Also need fancy roads for that. Yeah, so if I want functional roads, the best functional road we can get for our people is the bricked road, which just requires us picking up fancy roads, and we could just brick over the road then. Okay. How's our janitor coverage? We do have the road between those two places covered by the janitors. That's good to see. Looking through what options I have here on the janitor. Trying to figure out if there's any easy way to, say, expand it to cover the rest of that island a little bit more. The answer appears to be no. So we'll probably have to put like another janitor. Well, might actually just put the janitor out on the island, make it a real small janitor. So, the new people, what is the fulfillment up to? 4. Of course, in improving it from like 3.9 to 4, we went from expectations from 3 to 3.3, so didn't increase the buffer by very much. City's now impressive enough to attract our first tourist. Human pilgrims by the name of Alina Fisher has arrived. The particular tourist is looking for an inn to stay and wants to visit laboratory and well. Okay, well, you can visit the laboratory, you can visit the well, but there is no inn, and I am not giving you one. Also, I don't think anyone is happy that you showed up, because our people don't like tourists. check where the tourist preference is. I think they don't like tourists. And the government, yeah. Oh, it depends on the type of tourist. Where can we see which ones we like? Bretonians. Currents 100%. Generosity low. Affected by various things. Reviews poor. Well, there's no tavern, so that doesn't surprise me. We've got one tourist currently here. Attract on average 8 a year is what it's telling us. And we could tell them not to let them in. I was trying to see what ones are people like. I suspect it's tied to what other people they like. I suppose our guys don't particularly care about people. My understanding is correct. They're happy that the majority. Happy about what the delays are. Okay. Trying to figure out what their opinion is on other people. If there's an easy way to tell that. Not that I can tell. These are all the modifiers your people can have applied to various buildings in this thing. Ah, there we go. So our people pretty much dislike almost everyone pretty equally. Fair enough. So yeah, our people generally don't like tourists. So I think the plan right now is to get iron going, or to get clay going so we can do charcoal going, so we can get iron going, so that we can set up the prison system and other things that are dependent on iron. And then we'll probably try to improve population housing or happiness by improving both food variety and food quantity. As in quantity that we serve. Right now, everyone gets 1 serving a day. We can up that to, I believe, 4. Oh, it might be up to 6. We could also upgrade the amount of clothing they get. Although, if we do increase the clothing they get, we're going to have to increase the clothing we make. Although that shouldn't be too hard to do. I know I say that about a lot of things. Okay, probably want to do some more chopping of trees. Wood stockpile's a little low. This will assign the 13 auto jobbers to it. Build up the wood stockpile a bit. So we can also take a look at the soil. So that is rich soil. We got some till. And we got alluvium, and the worst here is sand. Oh, that's some rich as well. Okay. I'm trying to contemplate where I want to put, if we were to do globadine, where we'd put them. Might put it over here. Put it on the rich. I think this rich area over here is going to be our sort of main farming area and belt. Yeah. As soon as we get metal and stuff going, I think we're going to swap over and we're going to focus on food quality, probably would be a good way to describe it. Quantity and quality. So we'll work on getting more veg going. We'll work on getting more eggs going. Probably work on a little bit on the fish. We'll see on the fish. We're going to need a lot of quantity, of course, because I'm going to like quadruple the amount of food people are going to be eating. That's also to offset health requirements, because we're not going to be taking the dash to hospitals anytime soon. And the number of sick is definitely increasing. Yeah, population is now a weight against healthiness because of the population size. So we're going to be looking for ways to increase it. Laboratories, wells, and the climate are helping. You can see all the things that affect it. New arrivals, corpses. So we got to keep the corpses off the streets. We don't have any massage parlors, that's good. Although it might not be that type of massage, I might be misreading that concept-wise. Bathhouses, physicians, I believe overfeeding people helps as well. Yeah, food servings helps on that list. Sort of brown on black, so it's a little bit hard to read for the unapplied effects, if you're wondering what I'm trying to read there. $50 more furniture to go. I suppose in the meantime we should have seen log go up, and it's not. It's still continuing to decline. Oh, and they really did not like. They really disliked that tourist. They were happy we did not have tourists. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that was the big drop. The big drop was that. Granted, the law's going down too. Yeah, I think we need to get the prisons going. Prison judgment system going. So I can go through the list and figure out what is the big scoring ones I can do. Well, we can let the tourists leave and have the tourist recover it. Actually, I think we can preclude... Let's take advantage of the fact of what we know. Our people don't like people of other cultures. Would light purge this unpleasant city, my human subjects? This is not for us. Visit a different location. Come all this way because I was curious about the city's laboratory. I didn't find much. The local well was crowded and of poor quality. Okay, yeah, we got a poor review. Apparently he paid us a decent amount of money. We got 1,000 money, but yeah. We're just gonna say everyone else, yeah, don't show up, please. We don't want disliked tourists. Stay away. So that'll recover after a while. The tourist has been gone long enough. Are we getting adequate... Well, obviously we're not getting adequate shrine coverage because you've got no shrine down here. So we can check to see if the shrine is... Shrine fulfillment. Use a little bit more there, a little bit more there. Obviously there's none down here. Shrine doesn't employ anyone, does it? Yeah. There's the shrine. Oh, the shrine, I think, didn't also cost any furniture, so we should grab that. Shrine decorator, just wood. Good. Temperature rising. Okay, that's not a problem. And we'll put a big one over here. We know this place is going to be needing it. Oh, did I? I haven't put a speaker over here either. Can I squeeze one in? Yeah, just plop it there in the area. Possible. Well, at some point when we've got spare furniture, we'll do a lavatory. Might want to do a market in the expanded areas. Or did I not put a speaker over there? No, we don't have a speaker over there. I should get a speaker over there as well. Oh, I suppose embassy might be one way to get approval up. Although that's going to need fancy cut stone and paper. How's the food still coverage? And the market's maybe looking about right. It's not particularly heavy workload. Theory can serve 186, so it's apparently... It's not really complaining about service, although that might just be we don't have enough people in the area. Also, most of what it serves is furniture, right? So we don't have enough furniture demand in the area. That's maybe the other thing going on, because we're not distributing furniture yet. Oh, the stone has been delivered. No. Or, yeah, the furniture has been delivered to the clay pit, so we need to be sitting here watching to keep it from hiring everyone. You can have, like, 10 employees right now. Which will produce 15 clay. And yeah, time for another 20 people to move in. So go up to 560. And the next industry is, again, going to be that collier. Refining charcoalier, which turns wood into clay. I may want a fairly large one near some woodcutters. I guess we'll do it like over here. Make it 10-sized kiln. One big kiln. You don't need a very big storage, I'm gonna say. You need some auxiliary kilns. Like so. And that would actually be enough. Didn't actually expect the auxiliary kiln to be so small. Take up the other roll like so. Auxiliary kiln. Okay, need to make the... I can kiln a little smaller if we're going to do that. Gets us up to 15. That's not bad. Now I'm going to be punished slightly for it with the fact that the storage is pretty big. Okay, minimum size storage is pretty big. I think it's up to 14. Close enough. Okay, so we'll get that built. In addition, we'll need to do a metal smelter. So the charcoalier makes 6 coal. The metal smelter eats like a fourth of that. So we're probably overproducing coal, because we can fairly easily. Again, big furnace. I suppose this is kind of going to look the same-ish, isn't it? Because it's the same sort of buildings. Or same subcomponents. Which we sort of know by definition means we're oversupplying the coal, because the coal makes 4 times as much coal as this place uses. But that just means we'll have to tell this place make, or have like the 4th normal workers not meet the coal requirements. Okay. We'll use the coal for other stuff, so this is just to get the industry going. Might actually turn the ore down once we know how much we need, because we need like 1 worker working here for every worker working here. So that means 14, 14. Yeah, that'll spare us some workers. Quickly build up the building. Clay is being produced, although it will take a while for it to build up to get the charcoaler going. So we'll actually have to turn the metal smelter base off, because it'll probably get done first. Done first. Although we've got competing stone requirements here, right? So that'll slow it down a bit. Gather some local stone. Clouds of insects are harassing your subject. Swarm of flying, blood-sucking pests called the desert devils descend upon your city. Though these annoyances are trying, they cannot sanguinate your subjects fully and will soon leave again, but most who get stung by them will suffer from certain inflictions for many days. Afflicted subjects have flesh skin, huge thirst, and are afflicted with delirium for hours at a time. No, there is a way to ward them off if it is unpleasant. They test alcohol of any kind, but drinking it will not have much effect. So if we had alcohol, we could remove the bad event. This is reducing safety. Makes our subjects faster, and they go wash more often. Okay. Well, we're just going to have to pass the event here. It is a temporary event. It will go away in 6 days. We could have removed it immediately if we had alcohol or... well, basically either types of alcohol. Which we don't have, so... It was not an option. I might need more stone. Let's do some more stone harvesting in the local area. Okay, looks like the metal smelter will complete. Again, we're expecting it to complete for the charcoaler because we're waiting for clay for the charcoaler. Which isn't super surprising. Speaking of needing charcoal, pottery. Oh no, the pottery worker goes without clay consumption. Or without coal consumption. I was expecting there to be coal consumption on this. Smithy takes coal, yeah. Okay, so you get, for the moment, no workers, because there's no coal for you to use. Oop, got one person assigned. No, the last guy's off. Okay. The upgrade here is use iron to make more iron. Okay, so that does make sense. I think that might also be, out of context, I think that might just be +1 iron yield. So, wouldn't be surprising if that is fairly cheap, in effect. Right, you have 75 iron, you use that to make the thing make one more iron per ore. Pays for itself pretty quickly. You only need like 7 or so workers. Although this probably scales with the worker number. Wouldn't be surprised. No. Just clicking on it because I wanted to see what was going on. Again, we're waiting for clay. It's 50 clay, it's not going to take very long. Like 4 days worth of clay production. And then once we get both of these going, we'll have the iron to set up the prison. So the negative tourist effect is wearing off. I wouldn't be surprised if... yeah, what I think has happened is we've been going long enough that we've had a tourist of... Because I changed the settings, right? I changed it so that it could only be the lizardmen. So we've had a lizardman show up. Yes. Nice theological conversation with local fishermen there. Can't recommend them well if visited. Yeah. We're not a good place for tourists. But our people have recovered a little bit from having a human show up by having a lizardman show up. So that is a step in the right direction. Our fish stockpile is full. Pretty close. Okay. What do I actually need to upgrade my stockpiles? Furniture. Okay, we need to wait for the furniture to pile back up again. What's our furniture production versus consumption? We're making like net 6. Okay. We'll wait for that to stockpile up, and then we'll start expanding probably the fish stockpiles first. So temporarily, we could, down here, got 5 things of fish, we'll up that to 10 things of fish. we've got 30 days of food, so arguably we've got too much fish. Unless we're going to up the consumption of fish rate. Okay, waiting for the last piece of clay to be delivered. There they go. And again, once this is done, we're going to take it from 14 to 4. We're going to sign... we're going to bring more people in. We're going to get the metal smelter going. And then I'm probably going to swap you from... In fact, let's do the swap now. You're no longer exporting ore. We're going to export clothes, although you're going to let the stockpile be a lot higher on clothes before you start exporting. We don't actually have a lot of surplus clothes. It's just... yeah, we don't have a lot of surplus clothes. In fact, right now the surplus is negative because of various reasons. Okay, so you don't need 14 workers. You want like 4, please. We'll want another 20 to come in, so we'll go up to 580. And then we do want all 14 here now. And with that, this is going to consume about 14 of you guys working. What, actually... Every 5th one actually provides enough for a 6th person. So we need like 12. So we go down to 12. And to be fair, this is like all the ore we're getting. So we're turning all the ore at this point basically into metal. At some point we'll go back and do some mining techs or whatever, which will improve productivity, but... This does have upgrades. Do you have upgrades? Building upgrades? Yeah. Interestingly, takes metal. So we can use metal to make metal to make metal. Yes. You're probably a metal upgrade. You're a metal upgrade as well. Yeah. So in theory, we now have a metal supply. Yes. So based off of that, I think it is time to build the dungeon, the prison. It's going to cost 32 metal, but allow us to imprison people, so that'll be good. Imprison more people than we have awaiting prime, so that's a good start. I suppose the next thing to do is let's evaluate our clay consumption. We make 18, we're going to be paying about 2 in maintenance. So if I want to laboratory, which is another 60 clay, I would need... how many more clay workers? We'll round down so it's 10, 20, 40 more clay workers. Our clay workers might not be quite efficient enough to warrant replacing laboratory workers. No, they're actually... I have to do the math and sort of think about it a little bit more. So this is 0.75, so... Yeah, they're about 1 for every 2. Okay, so it's actually a little bit closer to 30. No. 20? 20 is what it should be? It's just this is affecting 40 workers, yeah. A little bit of a hard sell right now when we've got other population concerns, but I think it will work out. So yeah, we'll get the dungeon constructed. We'll change our law and order to make use of the dungeon. And then we may look into doing building upgrades using our newfound iron. Although I do need to be a little conservative about it because it's our entire supply of iron, effectively. We could do it a little bit more. So actually, what do I need tech-wise to do these upgrades that we were seeing for the mine and... Oof. A lot. So the refiner is 210 employees. The smelter is 210 employees. This is when we don't think we even have enough metal to operate more than 19. What about the mine? I suspect the mine's not going to be favorable either. The mine is 130, so yeah. We physically cannot get enough miners to turn this on with our existing mines. So there will be no ore mine revolution in this city, or the metal smelter revolution in this city. Actually, there might be a metal smelter revolution because we could. Again, we can still buff the mine using basic mining and high mining, using mine employees from the clay mine. That 0.09 would still apply to the iron mine as well, which then would support more smelters. Did my ration maker assignment not stick up to 3, or is it just consuming less than I was expecting? It's just consuming... Well, they're having downtime issues from delivery, I'm guessing. We can compensate a little bit by throwing another one at the problem. What's likely happening is they're having to go help recover the herbs, because our herbs are only positive because we are gathering it from the environment and from the farm, right? $20 of the 32 metal has arrived. $22 has arrived. We are making a decent metal income. We're getting like 5.6. Yeah, we're having hauling issues. Oh, I've got no one gathering from that warehouse. Put a couple of people to gather from that warehouse. Furniture, we're up to 30-something on furniture, so let's... Oh, and I'm out of wood. When did we run out of wood? Oh, I know why we're out of wood. I know why because this is using wood and I'm not compensating for it. Okay. Short-term solution, chop a bunch of trees. Long-term solution, get some more lumber cutters going. Your hauling problem is probably due to Not enough wood in stockpile, yeah. Okay, so I do need another woodcutter. Instead of expanding the first, I could technically expand the first one. That's what I could do. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to build another one. Turn the game speed down. Basically going to be behind the mine here, so we'll just grab... Back it off a little bit more into that direction. How much? Actually, that's doing that for the moment. How much do I get off average per woodcutter? 4. I get 4. And how much do I want? So we probably want about 20 woodcutters worth. Okay. Pretty big amount. Minimalist on the storage. That would be 20. Bit of a weird shape, but that's fine. And then we need enough auxiliaries to get that working at 100%. Like so. Okay. We got the furniture for it, so that can get set up. I suppose if that needs 20 more workers, I need to bring in 20 more workers. Go up to 600 workers. Two more iron and the dungeon will be complete, and then we'll change up our laws so that 100% of people go to imprisonment. And or the stocks. And then we'll have to probably build more stocks. We're not quite out of stone. We're pretty close. Okay, go designate more stone. To be chopped. Okay, there is our dungeon. So, law time. Government, manage a law. Everyone gets a time in the dungeon. So, dungeon time is appropriate deterrence. Execution is twice normal, or 3 times normal. Enslaving them is twice normal. Kill in the arena. Settle prisoner either the grand arena or the fighting pit to be killed by the gladiators is plus 200%. At some point, we'll have to get a judge. Right now, 75% of people are going to the stocks, so we've actually got a shortage of stocks. We're resting everyone, and then obviously right now no one goes to the judge, so we'll have to get the judge up at some point. Okay, so the lumber camp, the woodcutter is going. Theory means we should be wood positive, unless it was less productive than I was expecting. Nope, should be fighting 80 wood. 176. Oh, we also apparently have a big backlog on maintenance. That might be going down. Plus more in decay. We'll see if that we actually are still burning at negative 20. Which would be maintenance. Okay, we got decent wood, decent furniture. Food's still a little bit uncomfortably close to max, so we're going to go around and upgrade some of the warehouses. So I'm going to upgrade you, main warehouse here, to the next tier up, which add furniture. The cost also has a little bit more wood upkeep. It increases the storage per crate. We'll also want to do the same over here. Specifically also so we can store more in the herb crate. Maybe back off a little bit on the stone, now that we just buffed the stone crate size. Okay, see how that improvement feels. Currently ill with vision fever, okay. Pleads innocence, wants to try a case in court. Well, won't you all? But of course that requires a court system, which we don't currently have. We need 6 more knowledge to get the courts, because it's 40 to get the courts. We got 36. I suppose I could always just build up the libraries again. The first one wasn't that big, I suppose. I could build another one. And then the other thing is we could expand the clay and do more innovation that way. We're not spending all innovation, we've got 38 still available. Probably so that we can do Globadine if we get that as a recommendation for what to do. In fact, I think that's probably what we are going to do. We're probably going to want to expand food. Although we're not going to do that during this part. We're getting pretty close to the end of the hour here. Oh, I need posh relief before I can do healthcare. Okay. Okay, I think we will go ahead and do another library. So we're going to do control, oops, shift click, copy it. I'm going to go ahead and have these guys just share the center wall, because that shouldn't be a problem. It's going to be another 10 employees, or 20 employees. So that'll bring our odd jobbers a little low. We'll probably then invite some more people in and expand clay production. so that we can offer clay to the laboratory. Because 60 clay shouldn't be impossible to do. Just right now the clay pits are only making 18. That was for 10 workers, right? So 40 would be making 72, so it'd be 12 surplus. Might only need... Yeah, probably just need to put 30 more in here. 40 would be too much, we'd do 30 more. Oh, the 40 would get us the first experience upgrade. Although we'd have to keep it over 50. Right, we'd keep 50 above to get that bonus. Commute. Okay, so they're definitely saying, hey, you probably want more housing in the local area. Let's get some more housing. Put another 60 housing there. Because I think the clay pit down here is going to want more at some point. And at some point we'll have to get pottery going. Partially to improve the toilets, to be fair. So those are people... What do our people want for furniture? That's a good double check. Fish. Because our people are weird. Yeah, fish because our people are weird. That's probably the best way to describe that. Furniture... Wood... To be fair, housing furniture stuff is pretty expensive. Upkeep-wise, right? So it's... Right now, to provide all the furniture our people would want would cost us 1,000 furniture, like, up front, and another 250 or so, almost 300 a year. And a year is 16 days, so we make 80 a year right now, let's say. So we're making 80 surplus a year. So that most makes it seem very hard and also somewhat plausible. Not easy, but plausible. Oh, we have one person who is deranged. One insane person in the town of 611 people. So that's maybe not surprising. Okay, that should help with your commute. Assuming they relocate to closer housing. Well, I suppose we don't have a bathroom down there, so some of them might be commuting up to the bathroom. That's probably what we should give them. Cost of one employee, we can make a bunch of happy people. This one might actually need another employee. We'll give you another one. And we'll copy this one. Okay, stockpiles look fine. It says we have 28 days of food, so we definitely distribute more food and then improve the food quality. Improving the fisheries, not that we have the technology for that, is mostly furniture and cloth. In fact, actually, what do we need for the technology for that? It's probably gated behind having a certain number of levels in the fishing one. Well, that's quite deep. Advanced fishing. So we need 10 in basic fishing and 10 in fishing before we can just improve it without using innovation points. So innovation points is probably the way to go with that. You know, I'm pretty sure we're going to want to do Globadine. Let's go ahead and I'm going to invest the 8 innovation points into the Globadine pasture. It's going to probably be a while before we go ahead and build those pastures, although I think we're leaning closer and closer to it. Might do some fairly large pastures sometime in the near future in an attempt to get some eggs. In theory, we're already getting some veg, although probably not enough. You know, we're up over an hour here. I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and bring this bit to a close. Our people have recovered from their dislike of tourists, mostly. Our law isn't as high as I would like. Although our people are happy that we have judgment and stocking. In fact, enough people are going to the stocks that they're happy about that. They would like a little bit more judgment. And apparently not everyone is being caught, as I suspect what's going on here with the judgment. And or they're not, well, we've only just been sending them to, stocks. Oh, we're being... The neighbors here are showing up. So we can pay up. Request assistance. Oh, this is a bandit. Give me my stuff, you ugly, terrible person. Well, come over there and make your hat out of your genitals. Make a hat out of your genitals. That is all. There's a list of demands here. If you give them items, I'll deliver them for you. A neighbor allows for free passage through their lands or gets attacked themselves. Or these guys show up. I think I just did the wrong button push. Maybe. Oh no. Okay. So I can pay up, I can request assistance, or I can decline the offer. Set it to 0 speed, so we can go take a look. So that is... Close that for the moment. That's coming from Zanus, Glorious Nation, Novastar. Smirking Madison, who presumably is the raider thinking of causing us problems. Or will be causing us problems. They have 20 soldiers. Okay, I can see how that could become a problem. They've got nice metal armor. In theory, we've got reasonably equipped soldiers ourselves, although they're running the padded leather. Running leather armor. Although running maximum level armor. Padded armor. I'm assuming you guys have actually picked it up, which I'm not sure they have. I think they have. No, they haven't equipped it. So it's sitting in our stockpile, and our stockpiles are not big enough to actually equip them that well. So yeah, I think we just give in to this demand, because worst case scenario, they're going to show up and take it from us. So we'll pay up. We got the money. It's not going to make our people happy. Thank you for the stuff. May your hair burn red. Ready to leave us alone for now. Okay. Now that's probably pissed our people off because the food stockpile has gone down, the denarii stockpile has gone down, although our people were reasonably happy, so that's maybe not too much of a concern. Although, we're closing a little bit too close between fulfillment and expectations. Next time we'll be having to figure out how to get our fulfillment to go up faster than our expectations. Yes, that will be a problem for next time. Food days is going down. Yeah, that makes sense because we just sent the food off, and the denarii is going down. Okay. What about law? Law is kind of stable. Maybe not having enough deferment or deterrent from committing crimes. We'll have to do stuff to improve that as well. You can see that torches are applying as well to it. Okay, let's go ahead and pause. If you're watching on YouTube, there probably will be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, this is where we're going to go and bring this stream to a close. Let me go ahead and bring up the schedule so I can go over what's going to be coming up over the next couple days. Scheduling. There we go. So today was Songs of Six. Tomorrow is going to be Whiskerwood. I think things are close enough to the end we may, in fact, complete Whiskerwood tomorrow. Not 100% sure about that. But yeah, Whiskerwood may complete tomorrow. Oh, I gotta fix the schedule. So Whiskerwood tomorrow, Victoria 3 on Monday. We may finish Victoria 3 on Monday and swap for Terra Invicta. We'll see where we finish it in the stream, whether we start Terra Invicta up on Monday. But I'm pretty sure we will finish Victoria 3 up on Monday. Tuesday will be Darkest Dungeon. We're going to be starting up a Darkest Dungeon run. It will be a 5-parter that first day instead of a 4-parter, so it'll be longer than normal stream. To make up for the fact that we did a 3-parter last night. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be Songs of Six. We'll be back to this. I do have to fix the game label because it's Songs of Six on top of Whiskerwood, which is not. It's not Whiskerwood. It's Songs of Six. And then Thursday will either be Whiskerwood if we've decided we're not done with it yet, or Subnautica Sub-Zero if we decide we are done with Whiskerwood. So that's the upcoming schedule for the next 5 days. 5 to 6 days. I hope everyone has been enjoying. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, I will leave the stream up for about a minute after I stop the recording for YouTube to respond to any of your chat messages. If you've got any comments you want to leave live, now's the time to leave them. Whether you're watching the video live on Twitch, later on the Twitch VOD, because the Twitch VOD does sit for 14 days, or on YouTube, feel free to leave comments. I do try to respond to all the comments. If you're watching the Twitch VOD later, because the Twitch VOD does have 14 days, I don't know how Twitch handles asynchronous commenting. Feel free to hop over to YouTube and leave comments over there. The first part of this run went up today on YouTube, so there is some Songs of Six over there for you to leave comments against. And with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.